Good morning, beloved. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever it is that you are watching the broadcast. Hello, 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 hello. It is wonderful connecting with you, wonderful saying hi. Hello, how do you do? What is happening? What is going on with you? Blessings, blessings, and more blessings are speaking to you. For those who will be live, yes, 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 let's do it. For those who will hashtag and replay it, I love it. For those who will be on and I don't know you're on, and I might not never know you're on, I can appreciate that. And then for those who will be used by Papa at some point down the road to encourage this girl, let's do it. Let's make it do what it do. So this week we're talking about this notion that there is a spiritual solution to every problem. To every problem, there is a spiritual solution. Now, I'm not trying to simplify things because sometimes things are a little bit complicated. But I do believe that love wins every time. And love is a spiritual action, right? I believe that love wins every time. And whatever the scenario is, love wins. And so, um, and so the spiritual solutions are ready and available. And we have to make ourselves available to, and we have to be available to receive them. They're already available. They're 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 already there. But we might not be available to receive, to hear, to know what it is that is our answer to things, right? Might not be available. So I invite us to stop. Just stop. Like if we're always on, always going, always doing, always producing, always moving about, then we're not stopping long enough to connect, right? We're not stopping long enough to make those connections, um, and to be present in the moment, to be able to hear what it is that's coming up in our soul. What is it that your soul is inviting you to, right? What is that? What does that look like? And so it's it's important for it's important for you to be able to um, give yourself space and grace and opportunity and possibility to just like go on the sideline, go to the sideline because um, staying, how do I want to say it? Like always being in the action can keep you blinded to what your soul is requesting. Always being in action, in the middle of all the action, it can keep us blinded for what our soul is really in need of. So I invite you to set yourself, put yourself on the sideline, to take yourself out of the activity, the active engagement of all that is going on, and to pause, right? To pause for a moment and to stop and consider what you really need. Consider what you really um, are in desire of. Consider what really gives you peace. What is the way of being that truly sets you ablaze, right? So I invite you to, but we don't get that while we're flying from this thing to that thing, from this idea to that idea, from this right event to that event. we miss it. Like we might hear glimpses of whatever, but the richness of what comes from the spiritual realm, it takes us to be positioned and prepared and ready to receive it, right? It takes us to be in those ways to receive it. And if we're not, we don't, right? If we're not, we don't receive. And so I invite you to know that, right? I invite you to prepare yourself for how do I want to say, for connecting in ways that perhaps you haven't connected before, or maybe you, good morning, cousin. I was on the wake up list once again. Me too. Me too. Love you back. Love you back. Me too. Thank you, God. Thank you, Papa. For the breaths we get to take, absolutely. For the life we get to live, for the opportunities made available to us. Absolutely. So yeah, so giving ourselves the opportunities that we need in order to show up in the best way possible. And those best ways come with, good morning, Virginia from Virginia. Good to see you, my sister. Those best ways come with, how do I want to say it? It comes with connecting. There's no way we can't, there's no way, well, how do I want to say it? There are ways, like we can do lots of things without connecting, right? Building, checking in with our soul and connecting with God, connecting, being in alignment. But it comes at cost. But it comes at cost, right? It comes at cost if we are going to keep just being disconnected, that which is in the spiritual realm, right? Is life-giving. That which is in the spiritual realm is beyond us, y'all. It's beyond us. I'm so grateful that I don't think that the buck stops with me. That I because I need to be able to hope beyond what my eyes can see, to know that there is more. But this is the thing, though. Let me just say this. I am not the kind who believes that God just gonna fix it. I'm not getting ready to go sit on the sideline and be taggy with God. No, because I believe that we have a major part to play in how things work on our behalf, right? I believe that we've got a lot to do with it, a lot. Now, there are some things that are beyond us, out of our control, but I believe as believers, a lot of time we become handicapped by what role we think God has in life. We become, well, I'm just waiting on God to do what? To do what? What's your part? What have you done all of your part? That's what I want to know. Have you done all of your part? Have I done all of my part? Because there's a lot we can do, right? There's a lot we can do, but one part is connecting in the spiritual realm, right? Quiet prayer, meditation, reading. One part is that, so that you can get wisdom and knowledge, so that you can hear the still small voice, so that you can get the unctions. So yeah, connecting there, absolutely. That's the part I'm talking about this week, right? But there's another part where this might sound a little contradictory, because I am saying, on one sense, stop all of the movement, all the action, all of the things, so that you can get connected. Good morning, Ray Price. So that you can get connected. That's imperative. And there could be two things true at one time. And we do, but I am not talking about that whole thing of, well, I'm just waiting on God. In the meanwhile, while you wait, while you wait, be in action, be in service towards the thing. Do all that you can do. Don't do more than you need to, right? Meaning, get on and then be a bowling ball in the china cabinet, right? Don't do more than you need to, but do all that you can. Beloved, do all that you can do, right? Do all that you can do. Okay. Do all that you can do. Make it do what it do. All that you can do. And have the experience that is yours to have, right? Have the experience that is yours to have. Do all that you can do. And make sure that you have, how do I want to say this? Make sure that you have positioned yourself in the best possible way. So what are the habits that you need to create to make sure that you have a lifestyle of being connected in the spirit, right? Being connected, that you have a lifestyle of being able to hear, a lifestyle of being able to know, a lifestyle of being of receiving beyond your five senses. Receiving beyond, because your five senses are connected to the earth, of what happens in the natural. And it's all good. I'm grateful for my five senses. I'm grateful to be connected in that way. However, beloved, we have help way beyond the five senses. Have help, right? The intuition, right? We all know that we've been in situations and you just all of a sudden felt drawn to make a change, make a call, to do a thing, right? And so I'm just saying, there is so much available to us. There's solutions, spiritual solutions, that are ready and available. You have to be ready and available for those spiritual solutions. You have to make yourself available. And don't stop and think that it's on somebody else. Don't stop and think that, you need, that you got to wait for something else to happen. Oh, so what I mean is, don't stop and think, well, again, the thing that I'm just waiting on God. Now, of course, there's sometimes when we have prayed and we're seeking a solution or an answer. But I also think just be in action. And if that didn't work, then try something else. Because life is an experiment too, it's an exploration. And so try and see if it works. If it doesn't work, then try again. Then try something else to see if that works. Do you see? Try something else. Because, and be led by love. Be led by love. Be led by the love, because fear will take us out. Fear will have us contracting. Fear will have us seeing an enemy on every corner. Fear will have us to be very, how do I want to say it? To be at each other's throat. Like, you got to lead with love. You must lead with love. It becomes a non-negotiable. It is a non-negotiable to not lead with love. All right, beloved. All right. So anyhow, make yourself available to receive solutions. And the balance of that, don't sit around twiddling your thumbs waiting. So that making yourself available, you are in action, but you're in action that lifts your spirit, that emboldens your soul, that opens you up to receive, right? And so I invite you to do that. Some practical ways. Get quiet. You can do it in worship, but you have to be careful about worship, because sometimes, particularly if you're doing it in worship songs, sometimes the songs are distracting. The words are distracting, right? So I like the kind of music that's more neutral. So maybe sounds that are more neutral, maybe nature sounds, or just instrumental, but instrumental to word that don't have words. For me, this is the way I do it, like instrumental that don't have words, that I can now get, my brain now gets caught up in the words, and I'm humming the words and I'm gone in that feeling, right? So I'll listen to other kinds of music that just don't take me in that way. But it's whatever works for you, because for you, those words might actually help you to connect better. So, but for me, they don't. For me, they're distractions. Because I'm trying to disconnect from the earth experiences. And oftentimes the music, that kind of music with words, even if it's instrumental versions, my brain knows the words. I remember the words. This is a distraction for me. It connects me back to here. And I'm trying to disconnect from here so that I can receive what Papa has from the spiritual realm. So I invite you to connect, to do whatever it is. I need quiet. I need, I might have a diffuser. So I get the essential oils, the water sounds, birds, so on and so forth. It's helpful. All right. I love you. I appreciate you. I value you. And at the moment that Abba gave us our breath, me and you forfeited, we relinquished. You and I gave up the right to not be amazing. All right. Have a fantastic day. And I will talk with you soon. Bye-bye for now.